Before interview, we were talking about the first your goal here in Latvia without teaching or getting to know the volleyball. You have to make a picture on the street of Gogol Street. Yes.
Yeah, like I didn't saw the street, but my father was here in Riga. I think in 2005 during the Youth European Championships, he was the head coach of the Polish team, and he told me like, when you will be in Riga, that you must find a street and make a photo. It's funny because I think in Poland we don't have such streets, so it's yeah, but it's basically for fun, yeah, but like symbolically.
But maybe there is some writer in your father, in your roots, maybe.
It's hard to go so deep and so far in our family tree and in our ancestors, but it's true that probably we are coming from the same area on the eastern part of Poland and western part of Ukraine. But of course, I am 100% Polish, and my family, we are all feeling Polish from a couple of generations. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to check it. Maybe in the future, by some genetic experiments, you will be able to do it. So far, it's a matter of future.
But what about writing? When you were in a school, maybe now sometimes you feel free to write some poems or something like that.
No, it's definitely.
About volleyball.
Yeah, I'd rather create poems on the practice, and sometimes I'm drawing some pictures on the video meetings with the team, but the pictures are the volleyball court and some arrows about what we do. Yeah, my mother, she's teaching Polish language in a high school, so probably she's more connected to writing poems and writing about poems much more than me. But I'd rather write the sport poems, definitely.
About the Latvian national team poem, what was your research before you accepted this challenge?
Well, my first research was I saw the Eurovolley games, and honestly, I didn't saw Latvian national team for a long time. I knew some players like Hermans Eglis, I think he was the main Latvian player, as you know, when you study European volleyball. I think Roman Saus as well. I think before it was Gundars Celitans, like a couple of years ago. He was like a very famous player. So basically my first impression was I watched the Eurovolley games, and I saw a young team, an ambitious team, a team I would say more or less physical, because the guys were really looking physical, serving strong, blocking good, spiking strong. What I miss, like what I saw, like as a margin that you can work was the technique, and this kind of part. And it's very hard to judge where is the limit and how much can you change, how much can you improve. And this is also the question. I don't have the answer for this question, and maybe in August, if we meet again and we speak, I will have much more answers in that. But that was my first interest, and I'm a very young coach, and I started very early. But also, I'm speaking a lot with Vital Heinen. I was assistant coach to Vital for the last 4 years, and we both thought that it would be a good thing, a good experience to try to work, to know how to work with the national team. And as I was working as assistant coach, I saw Vital, how was he managing the team, how was he solving problems, improving players, improving the teamwork. And I suppose now it's time for me. And for sure, I'm coming from a volleyball country where volleyball is very popular. We have a great league with many stars, with many great coaches. We have a great national team, which is now fighting for medals in most of the major events. What we don't have are the coaches. And when a Polish coach got a chance to lead a national team, I think it's a big chance, and I am really motivated to do so, because a Polish coach was not coaching a team on Eurovolley for 20 years. Doesn't matter which team. If we speak Poland or other teams. In 2003, I think, was the last time a Polish coach was coaching at the major event. So I guess it's showing you that even if the volleyball is so popular and it's so strong in Poland, we still have some fields that we are not good enough. So I think I decided for this step because I see an ambitious team, a team which is fighting. I see players who want to play for the country, who want to fight for the country. I always give this example. If you study the social media profiles of the players, you see the players wearing a national team t-shirt, which is not so obvious in many countries. So I believe that they like to play for the country, they like to fight for the country, and if I can help them improve, even if I can help them grow, even in a small way, small percentage, or show them some kind of way that they can be better, and we can be better as a team, I want to try. And like I said, I am really motivated, and I feel also that the guys are motivated. So I think we found each other in good time, in good moment together.
You talked with some colleagues from other nations maybe to get to know something about Latvia or Latvian players. You already mentioned you know some of the players, but what was the part of your research? You Googled it, what is happening with Latvian volleyball?
No. Basically, of course, it's human relations. So it was about speaking with other people, and I've got some feedback from mostly all over Europe, because now the players are all over Europe. Not only playing in the Baltic League, but also like playing in several countries. So, for example, I've got even players who are playing with Latvian players who were with me in the past. So maybe it's not easy with everybody, but for sure you can reach some of the people. But also I was speaking with the players directly, and I call, I think, around 15, 16 players so far to speak to how they feel about the summer, how they feel about the national team, how they feel about the future, how they see themselves in the future. And I think most of them were very positive conversations, and the guys are really open, and my feeling is they want to work. So for sure we will have a lot of work to do, but yeah, some players have health issues, small injuries, small problems that they will need to heal after the club season, but I didn't hear one negative word about the national team, and I didn't hear any hesitating to come. Like basically all the players are like, yes, we want to come, we want to practice, maybe in a different moment, but they were very positive about this.
Mm-hmm. About those conversations, so I also talked to one player. He said he was talking like 40 to 50 minutes. You mentioned in the press conference there was some talks about 1 hour long. Tell me about it. Was there a lot of surprises for you as a coach, as a volleyball player?
Well, the first conversation, like I think it's correct and it's nice to start to have this relation with the players, even if we will not go into many details because it's January. But I think it's very important to know what's going on with the players and how they are feeling. Surprises, I already have my image of the character speaking with all of them. Some of them were like very quiet, like seemed to be, after the first conversation, quiet, easy guys. Some of them you immediately see like they are very energetic and they also like to speak. And then we'll see. I have my first impression, and first impression you can make only once. But the psychology studies say that in 85% it confirms your first impression after in life. In 15% it's not. So I think about 3 or 4 players probably my impression is wrong. But like I said, there is no negative. I don't feel any negatives coming from those conversations. I like to speak, and I hope I didn't get bored any of the players so far during the conversation. But also, I am aware of this, and I know that our job must do the speaking, not me speaking in front of the camera. And what we need to know is we will be inside a process, and for sure before the Golden League we don't have so much time, and then we need to be very essential. We need to fix the most essential things to help the team improve, and after like 2-3 months period we can speak about more improvements and what if the choice that we made was good or not.
If you had the first 3 practices tomorrow and after tomorrow, so what would be the most essential thing you want to do in the practice?
I have my idea very clear, but also I would like not to start speaking so much details and so much particular right now, because also I know that it will be a clear signal also for the players how it look be. I think most important thing right now is to study the Eurovolley, the last Eurovolley, and to study the Golden League, and where are the places that the team could be better. And for sure I see all the defensive part. I'm speaking about passing, I'm speaking about defense, I'm speaking about all the defensive part, because there I see the margin. And the question is, if there is a gap to fill, how much of the gap can we fill, and how much time we need for this. That's one thing. And second thing, of course, it's about the players. Like so far, I think I have a list of 20 something, 25, 24 names, but for sure we will not meet altogether in the number of 24. So the selection part is also an important thing, because maybe there are people who can help us. I know that it's hard to compare, for example, to Poland, where you have a big variety of players and you can choose. If Poland goes to Olympics and we are keeping at home Bednosh, who is playing in Kazan, then you must be aware like how selection looks like. Here, I think we need to find most players who can fill this part that we want to improve. So for me, for sure, the defensive part is something that we must develop, and we also must change the mentality, because how the modern volleyball looks like, of course it become more physical in the last 2-3 years, but the teams who are playing patient volleyball, the teams who are playing with the ball, the technical teams, the teams who can defend, the teams who can play patient and spiking, they are winning. France won the Olympics, and they didn't serve very strong. They didn't block every ball, yeah, but they were very smart in using the ball. If you see how the Champions League, the Polish team, Zaksa Kędzierzyn, won the Champions League, they were doing the same. Incredible defense and incredible patience in spiking took them to winning the Champions League. So I believe this is something we must implement, this kind of thinking, this kind of mentality to the team, and this is my idea. I have my ideas how to do it, but like I said, the work on the whole will show us where we are, actually.
Yeah, about this mentality, European Championships, we were playing after 26 years. We had the great win against Estonia, our rival country. They're here, but they are way more better in volleyball. But on the same time, we were leading by 2-1, as I remember, and then we lost the game. So this is one big part of the mentality that you saw in European Championship for Latvia, that we lost the games that we were leading.
I mean, it's of course it's a little bit more complicated, but it's about also finding the solutions. Yeah, I mean, you need to have the solution every time for a crisis moment, and the crisis moment will always come. You need to be ready that the hard moment will come during the game. Maybe it will come when it's 23-23, and then you need to find solution. But my idea is, if we can fix the defensive part, you will become the gameplay would become more fluent. What I mean fluent is that you will also have a chance to score when you're serving, not only when you're passing. And I think this is the most important thing. And I believe that maybe sometimes you don't have to go to 23-23. maybe you can be 23, 21 up front. And then it's a different, it's easier to play this set until the end than when it's 23, 23. But yeah, I agree with the fact that a lot of set endings that I saw were lost. Yeah, so I agree with this fact, and for sure it's something we can improve, and I'm pretty sure about this. The only thing is, like, we must create this kind of pressure on the practice. It starts from the practice. So if it's 20, you need to have the same pressure on the practice like when you have the pressure to finish the ball in 23, 23.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You started coaching on 23 pretty soon. How did you understand that you're not going to be professional? Well, you played professional for 3 years, something like that. It was some injuries, or you understood?
Yeah, basically I broke my arm in elbow, and it was I had a surgery, but it was a very, very hard surgery, and even until now I cannot make my arm fully straight after so many years, and the injury was pretty bad, and also it happened in a moment, in a very bad moment, because it was a moment that I was going to a senior team, to the league to play, and then I couldn't play. So I stopped, and then I come back to a second division, but after like 2-3 years, when there was an offer from the club from Częstochowa, from Plus Liga, to work there as the assistant coach, and also to have part in this scouting role in the club, I decided to finish playing and to start doing this. But also my father was a coach. He is a coach, and I was surrounded by volleyball since I was a kid. Basically, I was raised in the sport hall, and I was surrounded by volleyball. So also for me was maybe not an easy decision or easy track, but it was very natural. So yeah, I started at Częstochowa as the assistant coach. I was never planning to become a head coach, honestly. But when I changed the club, I go to club from my city, to Szczecin, and in the winter we were doing bad, and the club decided to change the coach, and they asked me if I can lead the team until the end of the season, and after they will maybe find someone else to be the coach. I think I was like 30 years old or 31, and I agreed only for 4 months, and here I am standing with you speaking. So basically after 6 years, but it was a big coincidence, and this is life. In life, sometimes by surprise or by coincidence, your track of life is changing, and that's how I became a coach. We had a very good rest of the season. We won some surprising games, and the club decided to leave me in the role that I was. And then it was Szczecin, Olsztyn, Bełchatów, and here now I am in Latvia.
Szczecin, right?
Yeah.
The city that you come from.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to remember the name of it, but I think the same as of some Latvian words for you.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I googled it. It was like the 7th biggest city of Poland, and as #1 sport, if Google is not wrong, there was a football. But you came into the volleyball because of your parents, yes? He's also a tall guy?
No, my father was a setter, so also he's not a... Basically, if you see who are... The coaches are always ex-setters and ex-liberos. Not often you meet, of course, not often, but you can also meet a coach who was an opposite or outside hitter, but mostly it's setters and liberos. But yeah, because basically of my family origins and because of my father is also a coach, yeah, I end up like this. We will see what the future will bring. I was speaking with my father also before signing here in Latvia, before becoming the coach of Latvia, and like he told me, like Riga was a very lucky city for him. He won the golden medal with the youth here in 2005, and maybe it's coincidence, maybe not, maybe it's symbolic, but we will see. We will see. I hope that this small, you always need a small piece of luck. You can argue that's not. Of course, the job is the 99%, but you always need this 1% of luck, and I believe that Riga was a lucky place so far for my family.
Mm-hmm. You had this little luck on 2018 World Championship, was assistant coach, you're world champion. Describe how your life changed after that, and did it change?
Yeah, I think at that moment it changed. We didn't expect it. Honestly, we didn't expect to win the World Championship. I know that we were going there as the defenders of the title, but the team was totally different. It was a different team, different coach. We were on the stage of, I would say, rebuilding the national team, putting some young players from this '97 golden generation that we have. And our goal was to be in top 6, maybe in top 3 if we will be a little bit lucky, if everything will go correct. And this World Championships I will remember to the end of my life, but not because because we won it, of course, maybe also because of this, but because of this whole roller coaster that we had. We won the pool, and after our captain Michał Kubiak, he got sick, very bad sick, and he had an inflammation of kidneys during a competition. It happens in the second part of the competition. He was not able to walk. He was lying in the bed in the hotel in Varna, Bulgaria, and without him on the court, we are a different team. It's a great lesson how the leadership works with Kubiak. We lost the game against France. Next day, we lost the game against, we lost to Argentina. We lost the game against France, and we were at the edge. Basically, if we lose against Serbia, we go home. So our bags were already packed. We didn't know if we were go to Warsaw, to home, or we would go to Torino for the finals. And luckily, Michał came back, and we beat Serbia, and after 1 week, we were world champion. And that's why this story and this competition is so unbelievable, because like I said, we started very good, then we were in a very bad moment, but at the end, we had the golden medals on our necks, and it was, in 1 week, your life changed like this a lot. And I think in this particular moment, we were really a team, like really, really a monolith. And also it helped us for sure a lot.
Do you watch movies on your holidays or some volleyball games? How crazy are you as a coach?
After my last club season, I was not watching volleyball for 1 month, I guess. So I needed a break. I was really tired. And my last 4 years was volleyball summer, volleyball winter, club, national team. And I felt really like it's too much, because then you lose the joy, you lose the fun. You're not enjoying so much the job that you love, the sport that you love. And that's why I think this short break now was really good for me, because now I feel hunger, I feel fire and desire, and I'm watching all the games now at the moment. But when I go with my family to the holiday, definitely I promise my wife not to be involved into volleyball so much. Sometimes I watch different sports. Yeah. I like football, and sometimes I watch some football game. Sometimes you watch a movie. When I'm with my wife, I try to avoid volleyball, so she's feeling at least like we are resting, and there is not. Also, when I see volleyball, I always see like, oh no, why it's like this? Why he played like this? Why he didn't do this? And it's this kind of thinking, or this mistake is so simple, why he did that? So it's hard for me to watch a game as a fan. When I see a game, I always see technical things, tactical things, and it's just different. So on holiday, definitely I watch movies.
Okay, then next question about, you mentioned football on the free time when you watch sports, so which is #1 athlete in Poland?
#1 athlete in Poland.
Yeah.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tricky question, because if I don't say a volleyball player, then it's like how it looks, yeah. I think sport in Poland is in a good moment right now. We have in a lot of different sport disciplines, you have a lot of players, and of course, I think most popular is Lewandowski, of course. And we didn't have a football player like this for a couple of decades, I think from the 70s. So I think he's like the most desired athlete. But we have very good, of course, volleyball players. We have Wilfredo Leon, we have Michał Kubiak, we have Bartek Kurek, many other players. We have very good track and field sportsmen and sportwomen. Also during the Olympics, we have Anita Vodarczyk. She's the hammer thrower, and she took, I think, 3 gold medals so far. I'm not sure, but I think 3 gold medals at several Olympics. So right now, like I said, our track and field team is also looking very strong. So we had this gala, sport gala, and so many personalities that I think it's a good moment for sport in Poland right now. And who is the best? It's hard to say. The people voted Lewandowski, so maybe we can stay with Lewandowski.
Yeah. Were you on this Polish Gala event on 2019 with this gold in World Championships? Did your volleyball team get some nomination?
Yeah. I think we were at the gala after the World Championship, and we were invited. We were there as the whole team. Very nice experience to see the top sport personalities sitting next to you and possible to speak with them and so on. So yeah, it was a very nice experience, but it happens only once. But now the Zaksa Kędzierzyn-Koźle, the team from Poland who won the Champions League, was chosen the best team in Poland on this 2022 gala. So also it shows respect for volleyball and for how volleyball is strong.
About your next big goal, not only, I will separate the question, next big goal with Latvia, but for you as a coach, that would be Olympic gold or maybe one more World Championship title, but as a main coach and head coach of Team Poland? Well,
the first thing is the road for Polish coaches is not easy, and I took a different road than everybody did in the last years, because I feel this road is better. And like I said, I'm motivated here with working with this team, and it's not about money, it's not about fame, it's not about, I don't know, some kind of other stuff. It's only about improving, helping, and also for me as a young coach, gaining experience of leading a national team, because it's a different story when you lead a club. And for me, my goals, I would like to win as much as possible. But of course, my main goal at this moment that we are speaking is to advance for Eurovolley 2023. And I hope we can still help the players develop, so the players can be better players, and maybe they can find themselves in better places in the future, because it will help the whole Latvian volleyball family if the players are in a better clubs, better leagues, fighting with better opponents, working with top coaches in the world. And I believe, of course, it's a very long-term process, but as you see with many countries right now, they did that in the last years. Now we have World Championships in September, and there will be Turkey, there will be Holland, the countries which have revolutionized volleyball in the last years, and now they gather the fruits. So I know that maybe we are a little bit limited with players. We don't have, I don't know, 100,000 players to choose, but we need to be, like I said, essential in what we do. So the main goal right now is Eurovolley, and also it's my goal. I think until summer I will not pick up any club. It's late now in January, so my whole energy at the moment is with the national team.
Mm-hmm. And now this is first game that you'll attend here in Latvia?
Yeah, it's first game. We'll see. I know that there's some cases not all the players will be present. It's a big shame, but also I was watching some games at home on the video. Now it's my first opportunity to see the guys live in action, and I think, yeah, I will enjoy.
Okay, enjoy. The game starts now. One more quick question. Do you have ice cream business also?
Or I have.
Ice cream business.
Ice cream business?
Yeah, I saw an Instagram picture where you're selling the ice cream.
Yeah. No, But we are living on an island with a sea, on the Baltic Sea, yeah? On the sea, we have a nice, very nice beach. Our beach is the widest in Poland, so there is really a lot of sand and so on. And the father of my wife had this business with ice cream. And of course, we were coming there with my kids as well. And sometimes I was selling, I was laughing that I'm working there and I was selling. It was a very nice experience to have this direct connection with the people, like coming and asking for the ice cream. So, you know, it's not my business. Basically, now it's closed, but maybe in the future, yeah, we'll see. Because it was very nice, like I said, relation with people.
So that means that all the Latvian volleyball players then make a team building event somewhere eating an ice cream, yes? In some spots at the sea.
I have some ideas in my head, but first I need to know them a little bit better. But I have some ideas and what I would like to do with them about the team building. And what's good that all the players that I talked to, they were very positive about each other, about coming to the team. So I don't know how much team building we have to do. Maybe, okay, of course, something we have to do, but I think the technical work will be the starting point.
And one last question from one of the players that I was talking.
The national team players.
Yeah, but I
so
talked.
He already used you. He already used you.
And he.
After, okay.
I was asking, well, maybe you have some special question to ask the coach. He said we were talking a lot with him, so I know everything, almost everything. But there was one thing: where is better beer, Latvian or in Poland?
What is that?
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
I didn't check so far. Yeah, I had one beer already in Latvia, and I think it was good. But yeah, honestly, of course, yeah, I like beer, and it's like normal. We are all normal people, yeah. So it's too early to judge. I hope maybe after some great game after win, we can have a beer, like to have a small celebration. But yeah, for me, it's too early to judge. Yeah. But now when we turn off the camera, you need to tell me which player asked. I joke. Okay. I joke.
Have a great time with Team Latvia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Super. Paldies.
Paldies. Yeah. That's the only word I know so far.